Yeah, what can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jim?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners, I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through, rose go to my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, get respect, mama out of debt. Got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. She don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you me the sad, bitch, I'm blessed, sipping next. So for the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You win them in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown to sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy, I'm illy.
Yay. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome. Alphabets Football Show. I'm your host, Marcus the Alphabets, where we're taking about tonight about a hour-long journey to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world. But first things first, I'd like to introduce my lovely co-host. I call her Miss Bruce Willis because she's die hard. Mona, what's good?
Hey guys, what's up? Getting closer and closer to the end.
We 1 week down. We just knocked out Wild Card Weekend. It was some of the stuff I wasn't really too surprised with. I was 4-2 last week. And do you know what you were last week on your picks, Mona?
You
for the
got my
Wild
picks,
Card?
I have no clue. I don't even remember what I picked. Look, I've been through the ringer this week. I've been in 2 car accidents. I've got walking pneumonia. The baby's got walking pneumonia. So, yeah, I've been through hell this week. The universe is trying to tell me something. I ain't figured out what, That or somebody has put a voodoo curse on my ass. And poor Gary's
What was
car
that?
run into the two accidents. I got rear-ended by a delivery truck van.
Yeah.
But we got it on CCTV or whatever you call that.
Yeah.
That was on one of the red lights. So they have that. The guy didn't even look like he tried to slow down. He just like plowed in the back of me, and I stopped at a red light, And then I take a friend of mine to court on Thursday, and I'm sitting there in the parking lot with a child in the back seat, and all of a sudden I'm playing on my phone. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't have the keys in the ignition, nothing. I'm not even paying attention. I'm playing a game on my phone, and all of a sudden I hear feel this damn jerk, and I look up, and this black car's butt in Mercedes is almost up on my hood.
Yeah. It's
Scared
people.
me.
I got.
He was an attorney.
Yeah. I got clipped yesterday too. I gotta take my car in. They gotta. I was just sitting there about to merge onto the street, and
Dwayne's here.
this young girl, she clipped me in the back. I just shot, and it just kind of shocked me. And then I looked back, and then she's on her cell phone, looking down at her cell phone. She hit me while she was on. But we talked it out. And I hate getting
I
police
feel
and
like
stuff.
the truck driver, the van driver, the delivery van driver, I think he was on his cell phone. He just didn't see me.
Probably put it down real quick. I actually caught her on the cell phone, and she apologized. But we're both here. We got a few things to discuss. If you like football, get up in here. We're gonna go through real quick wild card weekend. Last week we had the teams that advanced. Some teams are gonna have to make some. They're gonna have to make some decisions.
Hey, Dwayne, I understand it's called life, honey, I do. But 2 accidents in 3 days. Come on.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes.
And it's my son's car that's taking the beating. I done told him I wasn't driving the damn thing no more.
Yeah. We're just gonna go through the wild card weekend real quick. We got a little bit of news and notes. Of course, a couple of weeks ago we had Black Monday. We had got up to six coaching vacancies, and then one of the jobs got filled, and then we had another firing. So we're back up to 6, and I think we'll start to see more and more with the with the playoffs being over as teams get eliminated. You got some of these guys they can't really interview because they're still in the playoffs. Guys like Ben Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury, Aaron Glenn. Some of these coordinators that are on the playoff teams, they're just not able to go, really interview. So we'll start seeing some of those. Will Bill Belichick come back? We'll see. He hasn't signed his.
I don't even know if they can actually approach them while they're still coaching, can they?
I think you have to wait like 3 days, and you can kind of let them know you're interested, but I don't think they can interview because they're getting ready for games. So I kind of saw it last year when Dan Quinn, he was a big, he was up, and he's our defensive coordinator, and then the Cowboys defense gets eliminated. Now he's in the playoffs with the Commanders. So.
Can we put him in Coach of the Year conversation?
Michelle Romero, every morning on Coffee Talk that I talk about it, she's Marcus, you need to talk about Dan Quinn. You have to give him some respect. He couldn't
with that franchise. I mean, with this team with a rookie quarterback,
rookie owner. Yeah. He just took over from Dan taking over from Dan Snyder, the mess that he had made there for all those years. So definitely, I would have no qualms with him being him, Sean Payton, guys like that. I have no issue with that. When you take a rookie quarterback and take them to the playoffs, that's a hell of an accomplishment. So we'll see what happens.
I think we can even talk about McVay with the Rams.
McVay, what he's done over there,
nobody really thought they were going to go anywhere, and then man, they just caught on fire. So
in the NFC West, everybody was talking about the 49ers, and the 49ers just fell off a cliff. The Seahawks, they fell off a cliff. So
well, people were talking about Tomlin there, bringing in Russell Wilson and that decision and what it went into, and then all of a sudden, man, that last five games, or last 4 games,
4 regular season, and yeah. Things can change real quick. Things can change around. So, this just a quick recap of the wild card weekend.
Another one, Harbaugh
Jim Harbaugh. First year. Coming over from Michigan, they had just won their national championship, and to come over, and everywhere he goes, this guy wins. He had Stanford, when he was at Stanford, and he goes to the 49ers, they turn it around, go to the Super Bowl, goes to Michigan, wins the national championship, takes over from Ohio State up in the Big Ten, and then this year getting these guys that would not too much offensively, and I know a lot of people are going to talk crap about Herbert. Marcus, you always let Herbert off the hook. I promise you, this offseason, they're going to go. It's the way that Jim Harbaugh builds his team. Defensive and offensive lines. They got 3 first-round picks on that offensive line. They're like, Herbert, I think he had 3 interceptions this year. Now, unfortunately, in the playoff game, he had 4 interceptions. So they got to go get some more.
One of those interceptions was tipped. So
I said 2 of them. I put 2 of them. When you hit a guy right in the hands and he knocks the ball up, I don't really put that on. But unfortunately, the quarterback gets I wish there was some way that they did it kind of like maybe baseball, an error or something like that. You're not going to ruin my perfect game because you can't catch, So, CJ Stroud looked absolutely incredible. Nico Collins.
Cheating in Michigan, actually. I think that's why he left Michigan, because I think he was getting ready to get fired, and I think there was going to be some charges brought up against him.
Didn't he get suspended like a game? I thought he got suspended a game that his last year at Michigan for sign stealing or something like that.
Well, yeah, but there was a whole lot of other talk about some stuff that he was doing behind closed doors, and I think that's why he left college.
Yeah. CJ Stroud, outstanding game. Look, this kid.
That defense. Let's talk about that damn defense.
Will Anderson Jr. This is like Derek Stingley. They got all the components over there. And they got a really good young team. That deep, when you look at the defense, you look Derek Stingley, Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter. I mean, they got some defensive fire, and they finally kind of started gelling. I think they were like in the top 2 or 3 as far as sacks this season. Just that they put pressure on the quarterback, and then CJ Stroud distributing the ball. Nico Collins, I keep telling y'all, Nico Collins needs to, when we talk about the elite wide receivers, the Justin Jeffersons and the Jamar Chases and the cats like, the CeeDee Lambs, we got to start talking about Nico Collins up there amongst the elite tight ends. And Joe Mixon's still a pretty damn good back. Dalton Schultz, good, reliable tight end, and the offensive line starting to gel. So impressive win. They just put so much heat. They put a lot of heat on Justin Herbert. I mean, he was under attack the entire game. Kind of forced him into some bad decisions. Started patting the ball, getting a little antsy in the pocket, and just an incredible, a very impressive win. For the Texans, a young football team. I'm not that impressed with the AFC South, but hey, once you get to the tournament, it is what it is. So, you win the games you're supposed to win. So congratulations to the Texans. They advance on. They're going to be playing the Chiefs. We'll make our predictions about that coming up here, when we start making our pick. So congratulations to the Texans on their victory.
We can go off that one if you want. You were right. I was wrong. They were the better team. They've been the better team. As the season went along, their defense got better. They made adjustments on that defense. They got better. Um, they got healthy at a really good time. They lost Flowers, for the wild card weekend, but um, what Lamar Jackson has done in this season alone stands for itself. I don't know if he'll win MVP this year. In my opinion, he should. But it would not bother me in the least if they had a co MVP this year with him and Josh Allen.
Yeah, no doubt. It just they just it not just they just beat people up, and it's classic AFC. Really, it's classic AFC North type football. Whoever's the dominant team, then Steelers, Ravens, to a degree. Recently, maybe the Bengals, when they had Joe Mixon, they do it a little bit different with their wide receivers. But Derrick Henry, and I told people at the beginning of the season, Derrick Henry's a different cat. He's different. And as the game goes on, I don't care who you are. You don't want to see this guy running downhill, and you start seeing people get very reluctant tackling him.
Yep.
They get very when he starts leaning on you, and then he makes you make business decisions, and then when their little 2-man game that they run between him and Lamar. Okay, you jump on Henry. Lamar pulls the ball and takes off and runs for 15 yards. It's very simple. It's kind of like, you look at it like, how are they doing this? And I had somebody, in the group talking about, oh, it just looks rigged. It looks, how can they do that? I'm like, because it's hard. It's easy to, you just stop it. That's just like saying, well, just stop Mike Tyson. Just survive the first 3 rounds. It's easier said than done, So Derrick Henry, probably one of the best free agent pickups, him and Saquon. And you're starting to see now, a lot of the past couple of years, we've talked about the diminishment of the running back position. I think you're starting to see it kind of come back, and you start to see how bad of the situations that they were in. It's easier to defend against a top-notch running back when you're not scared of his quarterback. When you're playing with Daniel Jones instead of Jalen Hurts, when you're playing with Ryan Tannehill instead of Lamar Jackson, when you're playing with the carousel of quarterbacks that they had with the Raiders with Josh Jacobs, and then he's playing with Jordan Love, it changes the whole dynamic. So it's going to be interesting. They advance. They advance on. They're going to see the Bills. We're going to make our predictions as far as that. So congratulations to the Ravens on their victory over there. Now this is one that I did get wrong.
I did too.
I don't mind being wrong. I don't claim to be. I make my picks, but I'm usually pretty good with my picks. I think I finished like at 90%, 91% on my picks in our Pick'ems league, and I went 4-2 this weekend. I thought that the Broncos defense would give them a little bit more, but what happened was they couldn't score. The Broncos couldn't score, and then the Broncos defense broke, and then Josh Allen and James Cook had an outstanding. They had an outstanding game. They were cooking over there. Very impressive win. But I still, even with this beatdown, and they got beat down. I was impressed. We just talked about the Coach of the Year candidates. With Dan Quinn with a rookie quarterback, and Jim Harbaugh coming along. Over from the college ranks, and then what Sean Payton has done with the Broncos over there. I believe they're going to keep building over there. Bo Nix, I don't have him winning the offensive rookie year. I think Jaden Daniels kind of sealed that up. Mona, I think we agree with that, right?
Yep.
So they got to get some more weapons over there too. I like Cortland Sutton. They got to go get another receiver. They got to figure out at the running back position. They tried to address it. Audric Estime they got from Notre Dame. They still got the bruiser Javonte Williams. He's kind of fallen out of favor, and Jaleel McLaughlin. But they got to go get some more playmakers for Bo Nix to help with his progression. So congratulations to the Bills.
They were 12-5. Dwayne.
Who was 12-5?
He asked me how many games did they lose. They lost 5 games.
The Ravens or the
Ravens. He asked
the
me
Ravens.
the Ravens.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know who to talk. So congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. They advance. Ravens got to travel to Buffalo this week. We'll make our predictions as far as that. We'll talk about that a little bit. So congratulations to Bills Mafia. Eagles. Goodness, man. They've been just rolling along. I forgot that they played the first game of the season in Brazil. That's when Jordan Love got hurt.
Yep.
And it was the same thing. And Jordan Love looked bad. They made Jordan Love look bad.
Well, I still think he's injured. I don't think he should have been playing in that game, to be honest with you. I mean, he injured his wrist.
Yeah.
His wrist. Yeah. On the throwing arm. And I just think he just didn't look himself in that game.
And Saquon Barkley, I cannot say enough. I just talked about Derrick Henry a little bit. Saquon Barkley, he's a different man.
You do realize that the Ravens ran over top of the Buffalo Bills in the regular season, right?
And we're going to definitely talk about that because I was on last night with Mookie Hawkins. You know what? I'll talk about. I will talk about that. We'll get to that. But I just want to say this: you can't make excuses. And I saw Bills Mafia. I'm going to say this. You're not going to like this. I always piss them off when I talk about this. All I keep hearing from Bills Mafia is, "Oh, well, the Ravens ran over us when we were missing players." Well, guess what? When you beat the Kansas City Chiefs, they were missing players. They didn't have Rice. They didn't have Hollywood Brown. They didn't have Pacheco. So if you're going to use that excuse, okay, that's fine. We're missing players. Okay, that's fine. Then you don't get the benefit of the doubt when you beat Kansas City. You don't get the benefit of the doubt for beating the Detroit Lions when they're having 16 players on IR.
Guys on IR. Yep.
Okay. Or when you beat the 49ers and they're missing Christian
I will tell you,
McCaffrey.
this is what I think. And this is I don't care who you are.
I'm just saying.
If the Detroit Lions were 100% healthy and did not lose 16 defensive studs to IR,
including their best defender. Including their best.
We'll even say just 8 of their defensive stars. If their 8 defensive stars were still playing in they ain't nobody touching that damn defense.
You don't get credit for beating KC, and y'all were jumping up and down. You're happy, and that's fine. But I would dare say, if you're going to say that when Derrick Henry ran for 199 yards on you, that's what he did, and he's outrunning your cornerbacks down the field and stiff arming people and running over people, that's fine. Oh, we were missing this guy. Okay. Well, then you don't get the benefit of the doubt when you're doing backflips when you beat the Kansas City Chiefs or you beat the Detroit Lions or you beat the San Francisco 49ers. Same difference. You can't make excuses for that. And then when you get your ass kicked, then you want to claim, well, oh, that's not right. Derrick Henry, he wouldn't do that to us if we're at full strength. Well, I don't think that you beat the Kansas City Chiefs if they got Rice and Hollywood Brown and Pacheco. So we'll see, though. It's really kind of a moot point because it's the playoffs and really all of that, the regular season stuff doesn't matter. We see certain things here. Different team now. They're a different team now. So we'll figure it out. Congratulations to the Philly Eagles. They're moving on. This kid, Jaden Daniels, the most rushing yards for a rookie quarterback over Lamar Jackson, over Michael Vick, over Randall Cunningham. These kids, they're kids, and I don't think they really know how good they are. This is a game that I thought that Tampa Bay would win this game. I thought, Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield, but these kids, this is the first. He's a rookie, and they're going to get better, and he's still on his rookie contract. Do they go get another wide receiver? Another back, a more explosive back. The defense, they're just getting better now. I think they're going to get gutted as far as their coaching staff too. I think Kingsbury, their offensive coordinator, I think he's probably out of there.
I don't know that you do, because everybody around the league have seen all these players, all these coaches as head coaches. So I don't think none of them's going to get a head coaching job. They've seen them with other teams and not be that great. I think they stepped into a perfect situation, and they each bring a little bit, but I don't know that their coaching staff gets, attacked. I just don't think they will.
Well, here's the thing about it. When you're an assistant, your highest priority most of the time is to get a head coaching job. Like, being an assistant is cool, but you want to reach the pinnacle.
If they go to the Super Bowl, Dwayne, then I will retract that statement.
Who's that?
If the Washington Commanders go to the Super Bowl, I will retract that statement.
Yeah, I think Cliff Kingsbury, the way that things ended in Arizona, a lot of times you want to redeem yourself. Look, we've seen great coaches. Their first stop is not that great. People forget Pete Carroll. He got run out of New England. He got run out with the New York Jets. You see Bill Belichick. He got ran out of Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't really get run out of Cleveland. He took was it the Cleveland job he took, and then he decided
the Jets job. The Jets job. He was a Jets coach for a day. We saw Andy Reid. Get ran out of Philadelphia. So a lot of times what happens is these guys, when they, usually your first stop is not generally your best job. And when you get an opportunity for another job, I need to go back and kind of update my resume because my head coaching, debut was kind of bad. So now I'll get another chance. And you don't want that to be people's last.
I don't know if Kingsbury gets another chance as the head coach, though. I really don't.
No, he's young. I think the dude's is like 38 years old. I think Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore. He kind of he was kind of the wonder kid. Now they're talking about him, getting a job. He's the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. I think somebody will definitely be looking for him. These young cats. So congratulations to the Washington Commanders. Great season for them. Whatever way it ends, if they win or lose this game, I meant to send you a slide. Rookie quarterbacks that go to the conference finals, and one of those quarterbacks was on there was one Benjamin Roethlisberger. So he has an opportunity. Jaden Daniels has an opportunity to get on that list.
No, he went to the AFC Championship game his first season.
That's what I said. Jaden Daniels has an opportunity. That's what I said. He has the opportunity to join Ben Roethlisberger and Brock Purdy on that list. So congratulations to the Commanders on this team here, the Rams. They've been kind of the shock. I actually picked them this week. I picked them to win this game because I lost a wager earlier in the season. I didn't really think much of the Minnesota Vikings, and I really didn't think
you did take the Rams. Are you sure you took the Rams?
I did take the Rams. I sure did. I took the Rams. As a matter of fact, I keep my book over here. I keep my little tablet. We both took the Rams. You went 28-26, and I went 35-32.
Well, we was wrong on the scores.
Yeah. But if I would have told you that the Rams were going to have 9 sacks, and 6 in the first half, I mean, Sam Darnold, I talked about it a little bit on Coffee Talk. He looked like New York Jets Sam Darnold seeing ghosts over there. I mean, it was just really an onslaught.
That
Uh,
defense, man, just brutalized him. They've got to get him some protection. I still think if you give him protection and enough time to throw the ball down the field, and that offensive line did not give him no protection against the Rams defense.
And see, here's the thing about it. I don't know if Sam Darnold comes back there because you're going to have people that are quarterback star teams, and you just spent a first round pick
On
JJ McCarthy. And Mona, one thing that we've learned is when we draft a quarterback in the first round, that's Dave. And I got to know if this kid can play. Now he's coming off of an injury, and under ideal circumstances, you would like for Sam Darnold to maybe groom him, and I think that would be a good idea for him. But I think you're going to have teams like maybe the Raiders. Sam Darnold played at USC. Go to the Raiders or Tennessee, or there's a few other teams out there. If these teams, maybe the Browns got the number 2 pick, Tennessee's got the number 1 pick. If they want to go Travis Hunter, maybe with the first pick, and then you get the quarterback in free agency. So we'll see. But I think again we saw Jared Verse. I want y'all to get this name in your head, Jared Verse. Defensive Rookie of the Year, the kid out of Florida State. This kid's awesome. Him and his buddy Braden Fisk, Colby Turner, I think that's his name. The other defensive tackle. Are they Aaron Donald? No. But when you look at just together, peanut butter is good, chocolate's good. But when you put peanut butter and chocolate together, they're pretty damn good together. So congratulations to the Rams. Matthew Stafford, borderline Hall of Famer. You put Matthew Stafford in the first ballot Hall of Famer, Mona?
Not yet. If he wins the second one, yes. I would say yes.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Not a first ballot, but is he a Hall of Famer?
I think he's a Hall of Famer, but I don't think he is a first ballot. I don't even know if he's a second ballot, but I do think he makes it.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, you look what he did. Without him, with the Detroit Lions, I mean, look, we know how bad the Detroit Lions have been. But if he had not been their quarterback, they would have been even worse than what they were. That he wasted so much of his football life with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And one of the best, smartest things I ever seen McVay do is to bring him to LA.
He's like, I can't win with
we
Goff.
had all talked about it. His stats were astounding, even with the Lions.
Yeah.
When you're producing like he did at that point with the Detroit Lions, what would he do with a team that he actually has some damn weapons and a defense?
Yeah. He had Calvin Johnson, but I mean, he never had a running game up there. And I look, just having one wide receiver.
I agree, Dwayne.
Today's game.
Here, I'll say that first. You can read it.
It was some bad coaching on Minnesota part too. If the defense is beating you, throw short pass to get close and first down and pick up. Yeah, I thought that they should have ran the ball. Like you got Aaron Jones, run the ball a little bit more. You got this guy dropping back, and when your quarterback's under attack, like look, six sacks in the first half. They got 9 overall, but they got 6 in the first half. Like you got to stop the bleeding, man. You got to stop the bleeding. I'm with you, Dwayne. I thought they could have ran the ball a little bit more with Aaron Jones. So, congratulations to the Rams. They move on, and we'll talk about
And here's your NFL playoff schedule for this weekend's division round.
So, of course, the Lions and the Lions and the Chiefs had buys, and we're about to find out some stuff. We're about to some of the stuff that we said we're going to get some definite answers this week, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's kind of a wrap up of the your wild card weekend. A little bit of news and notes, not too much, but there were a couple of things that happened. Look, when you start having success, what team has had more success recently than the Kansas City Chiefs? The Tennessee Titans, they go get vice GM, assistant GM from the Kansas City Chiefs, Mike Borgonzi. Mike Borgonzi, and he's going to be their new GM for Tennessee. So, it's a copycat league. Okay, well, the Chiefs know how to build teams. We want to build our team. We have the number 1 pick in the draft. And look, here's the thing about it. The Titans have the number 1 pick in the draft. This pick that he makes, the pick that Mike Borgonzi makes in this draft is going to be tied to him. And whether this draft pick has success or fails is going to probably determine his job in the next few years. So this pick is very critical. How he decides to put together the Titans. They got to go get a quarterback. They seem to have fallen out of favor with Will Levis. So I would probably say they would probably go quarterback early here. Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, whoever they decide. So congratulations to the Mike Borgonzi. Look, the prodigal child goes home. Mike Vrabel had a lot of success as a player, just like Gerard Mayo did. I thought that he should have got the job last year after Bill Belichick got fired. But, Vrabel got fired last year with the Titans, sat out a year, and he's going back, and he's going to I think Kraft just felt very comfortable with him. He's a hard ass. He's an old school. He's kind of a Dan Campbell type guy, tough guy, kind of a meathead.
Reminds me of Bill Cowher.
That's fair. He players, but this guy's a former player, So this guy, he's a former linebacker, a tough guy. Got his hands dirty. He's a very hands-on coach. I put a video up in a group of him. He's out there with the linebackers doing tackling drills and 3-point stance, and he's a throwback Bill Belichick type dude. So congratulations to him. He gets to go home and coach a team that he won a couple of Super Bowls with. So congratulations.
Cowher was a player as well back in the day.
Cowher played?
Yeah, he played for the Eagles. In 79, he played for the Browns from 80 to 82, and he played for the Eagles 80 to 84, I believe.
He got the chin of a player. He definitely got that chin of a player. That dude, he got the chin that looked like it's carved out of granite. What do we got? What we got next? Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones, man. I talked about this a little bit on Coffee Talk.
I would like to address this. Dwayne says, I don't understand why anybody wants to leave a winning franchise because they want their chip. They want their chance to coach. Possibly a head coaching job, or general managers make pretty damn good money. So it's kind of a step up.
It's like a job. It's like when you want to get. The Borgonzi is the assistant GM. He's not Veach. He's not Veach. Veach is the GM. So it's the same thing when why does Eric Bieniemy? It's not that you want your own thing. You could be in charge. So if you work at a hospital, you work at a department, and they say, "Hey, we want to make you the the head of the entire hospital somewhere else." You're a department head at one hospital, and then they say, we want you to be in charge of this hospital, but it's on the other side of the country. Okay, yeah, well, this is good here, but it's an upgrade. So it's just like with anything, any job, you're the assistant and you get an opportunity. You're an assistant coach. You want to be a head coach. You're an assistant GM. You want to be a GM. So that's what it is, really. You want your own gig. Look, last week, Mike McCarthy was offered an interview for the Chicago Bears, and Jerry Jones said no. Like, if you didn't plan on keeping him, let him go. You know, like to me, that was kind of.
Well, the Bears still haven't hired anybody, so McCarthy could still very well go up there.
I get it, but if you had no intention of keeping him, why would you deny him an opportunity to go do that?
Because
You know whether
Jerry Jones is a piece of shit asshole.
that's what he is, and you know what else? He did another asshole move where he goes and with the backup quarterback, and he's supposed to get a bonus for taking 65% of the snap. Cooper Rush.
Yep.
And you bench him the last game of the season so he doesn't make his money. $250,000. If I'm Cooper Rush, I'm flipping you off and I'm leaving. Now there's been times that I've gone out there when Dak Prescott broke his ankle a couple of years ago and he kept he gets hurt and Cooper Rush a few years ago he had to hold it down for 4 games. You remember that, Mona? He held it down, and he went like 4-1 when Dak Prescott was out. Held it down for you, and you got an opportunity to this guy's got an opportunity to make a little bit of cash for his family, and you start Trey Lance the last game so he doesn't. Oh, I didn't know. Well, if you didn't know that, it's either one or two things: either you're lying or you're just being facetious. And either way, if you're that stupid and you don't know, somebody didn't go to Jerry Jones and be like, hey, Jerry, if this guy, plays this game, he's going to hit his bonus marker. I just, Jerry Jones, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan, but I keep telling you, I don't play favorites. I will critique, criticize anyone. I don't care if it's the Cowboys. I don't care if it's the Steelers. I don't care if it's the Bills. When you do some jacked up stuff, I'm going to say, and Jerry Jones, you're a dirtbag. You're a dirtbag to do something like that. Mike McCarthy, from the reports that I got, he tried to lowball Mike McCarthy. He tried to lowball him, And I'm still a Super Bowl champion coach, and this year, and I'm not making excuses. The Cowboys had a lot of injuries this year. A lot of injuries. You lost Dak. You lost CD for part of the year. You lost Micah Parsons for part of the year. You lost DeRon Bland. You lost Trevon Diggs. You lost DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah. You lost a lot of your top-notch players, and for you to go and try to lowball this dude, and then when he has an opportunity to go get another job, you tell him no, he can't go interview for the job. If I'm a head coach out there, me personally, for all my Cowboys fans out there, I'm going to tell y'all something. The Cowboys head coaching job is not this glorious position because the number one thing that you got to put up with is Jerry Jones's goofy ass.
You read that?
I think I've noticed there's a lot of coaches' last name in the NFL that's Mac something. A bunch of Irishmen. What's that? Like an Irish last name? McCarthy, McVay, McDermott. You know what? That is true. You just brought that up. I didn't notice that. That's an Irish last name. So. Mike McCarthy, I hope you get another job somewhere. It seems he's a front runner for the Jets job. He's a front runner for the Bears job. So we'll see. I think he'll land on his feet somewhere. So we'll see what happens. What we got next? Punk ass Jerry Jones. What we got next, Mona?
Dwayne, out of all the mix, the only one that looks Irish is McDermott. He does. I mean, he looks Irish.
Yeah.
Sean McDermott.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There you go.
So we got 6 openings right now.
If you were offered an NFL coaching job, would you take it right now, Marcus Betts?
Would I take it depends. But see, that's the thing about it. That's why these guys take their job because there's only 32 of them. It's right. Not like they play. It's not like they play. I mean, I guess you could go to the CF. I don't want to coach in the CFL, but American football, there's only the NFL. So, or if you want to take a coach, a college coaching job. But I mean, look here. So on these jobs right here, what's the best job here? What's the best job? The Jets don't have a quarterback. The Saints don't have a quarterback.
The Bears is the only one. Well, the Bears and the Dolphins, or the Cowboys. Bears and Cowboys are the best two job offers here.
Yeah, but see, with the Cowboys, you got to put up with Jerry Jones.
So, screw him. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing Bears, and then I would say Jags. And we don't even know about Trevor Lawrence because I'll be honest. I just think that Lawrence is not all that.
I don't. This. I mean, it's really for me. Probably, for me, it would probably be the Jets because I'm like looking at their roster.
Look at their defense. Look at their. They just got to have a quarterback.
Quint, that's what I'm saying though. Now, that would be my first move when I got there. I got to find a quarterback. But you got a number one receiver in Garrett Wilson. You got Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. You got a good tight end. Now they got some offensive line issues, but on the defense, Quentin Williams, Sauce Gardner. I mean, they got C.J. Mosley, Quincy Williams.
So your first pick is a quarterback, and then you work on that offensive line.
Yeah, for me, it would probably be. And then I'm also looking at what division I'm going to be in. I'm not taking the Raiders job. I got to see Patrick Mahomes twice a year. Now I got to see Justin Herbert twice a year. I got to see Bo Nix twice a year. They got a long way to go. The Bears job, you got to see the Lions are going to be good for a while. The Vikings are probably going to be pretty good. The Packers, it's just. I mean, you got Caleb Williams. I don't know, man. And then maybe the Jags, because you're in the AFC South. Saints, you're in the NFC South. But I think the Falcons are about to take over that division with Penix. You got Baker there. So yeah, I mean, all of them to me, I'm like, they would give me pause. All of them would give me pause with which one I would take. So those are the openings there. What we got next, Mona? This dude, man, I'm so sick of this dude. I every day I'm posting up something about it. It's just what this dude has been on. 4 teams in one season, in one calendar year. In one calendar year, this dude's been on 4 teams, and he was on 3 teams this year. And I just think, Mona, you were in the military. You probably tell a player this is this, and they go out of line. How tall are you, boy? Player said 6'4". Coach Bet said, "Damn, I didn't know they said I may have used that line once or twice. I may have used that. I may have. Mona, you know a lot about this guy. What's the deal with this guy, Mona? What's up with this dude? What's up with Deontay Johnson?
Better than he is. He thinks he's. Listen, my biggest issue with him when he was in Pittsburgh. You catch the ball, you go forward. You don't go back and try to get around. You go forward. Do you know how many yards he freaking lost with Pittsburgh on him trying to make the play bigger than it was? How many times when it was crucial moments did he butterfingers? Yes. No. Look, and then of course he had the attitude.
Yeah.
He has the prima donna attitude, and he ain't a prima donna receiver.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Do the Panthers have a good wide receiver core? Do the Carolina Panthers have a good wide receiver core?
I think they're up and coming.
I mean, right now, where would you? Okay.
And they got rid of them.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. That tells me a lot. And then Diggs gets hurt. Baltimore, they needed a receiver. You just got to come in and you're not going to get a bunch of targets, but we need you to make clutch catch here or there. They waive you. The Panthers have no receivers, and you had an opportunity to be the number one receiver there, and they said we're good. The Texans, they just won a playoff game
and lost Tank Dell.
Lost Stephon Diggs. That was supposed to be the strength of their team. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, Matchy, and they said we're good. Go ahead, man. And they just hit. So the report is coming out of Houston where he got upset because he didn't get any targets, even though they won a game. And to me, that tells me that you're not a team player. That's what that tells me. So he's got to, Mona, we talked about this a little bit before the show. He's got to do some soul searching. He's got to really look inside and decide.
And hope he can get on a team next year, because if he doesn't, like
you start getting a reputation around the league, and people just like, he's not worth the headache. People put up with a little bit of stuff when you're extremely talented. People put up with stuff with T.O. They put up with stuff with Antonio Brown because they were really good. Randy Moss. They put up with you because you're extremely talented. If you're just an average wide receiver, they're not going to put up with that. Lions and Texans have a chance to finally get off this list this year. Teams that never make never even make the Super Bowl. I think the Lions have a very good chance. Neither are locked, but they have an opportunity. The Texans, they got to go. You're probably going to have to see Buffalo or Baltimore or Kansas City. Yeah, and the Browns. That looks so far away. When do the Browns have an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl? Otis, you could keep wagering against me, buddy. Browns. I bet you next year that the Browns don't make the Super Bowl. Otis, inside joke. So we'll see what happens. We got to play the game. This was till last week. The longest current active drought without a playoff win. Congratulations to the Commanders. It was I think it was like 92. I think it was like 92 last time they won a playoff game. It was like 30 years. So congratulations to them. And then the AFC East, the beast of the East. It can't be. No way that the Dolphins have not 23 years without a playoff win. Not the beast of the East, Jay Renaud. No way, can't be. So we'll see. We'll see next year. But congratulations to the Commanders. We just can't say enough about this kid. I mean, he plays
he's
good
so
football.
Humble. When he's talking, when they're here, I mean, he just seems to be so humble.
And he's efficient. I only have one thing that I put up a video of him this week. Stop taking shield shots. First. Get down. This dude be trying to.
That. He does that sideways, he does that sideways roll. And I'm like, what is that?
When he runs, I have the same feeling in my stomach when I watch Tua run. I'm like, get down. The dude is just so frail. When I see him running, I think back to RG3. If I'm RG3, they play for the same franchise. If I'm RG3, I'm out. Hey kid, play your game, but get down. I put a video up this week of him. I mean, this guy suplexed him out of bounds, and I'm just like, dude, you got to learn how to. But congratulations to the kid. I think I think he runs away with the offensive rookie of the year. So congratulations to Jaden Daniels. Texans will attempt to accomplish something that has never been done in the history of its franchise: win a road playoff game. They've won games. They're
0-5 all time in the playoffs. On a road game.
Even with JJ Watt and them guys, they just could. They would go to the second round. They have to maybe play the Steelers or play the Colts. The Indianapolis Colts with Peyton Manning, or play the Broncos with Peyton Manning.
Second round. I think they've always got knocked out in the wild card, haven't they?
No, they actually beat Josh Allen his first time going to the playoffs. Deshaun Watson, he's got one playoff win. That was his playoff win. So yeah, they've been they
lost the very next week.
Because they would win their division. They would get a home playoff game because they win AFC South, and then even with JJ when JJ Watt was there, and then in the second week of the playoffs they would get their asses kicked. So
Right.
we'll see. And now all you got to do is go to Kansas City and beat Kansas City. Good luck with that. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see. We'll make our picks in a minute. And then I kept telling y'all over and over and over, and like I said earlier in the show, I heard certain people, well, we didn't have all of our people. We didn't have our people when we got our ass kicked. Well, the one loss that they have, they only lost one. Well, they lost 2 games. So I don't really consider the last game
That
a
last game
loss.
really went a loss.
Week 18, they didn't play anybody. They got 2. They technically have 2, but I only consider it 1 with all of their starters. They lost the Bills game. No Pacheco, no Rice, no Hollywood Brown. Okay, still figuring out their offensive line issues. Jawan Taylor, playing like an idiot. They had to switch over Joe Thuney over to left tackle. They've been able to rest their horses. Even Patrick Mahomes, they got, they didn't put it on here, but Patrick Mahomes a little banged up, had a high ankle sprain. Pacheco, he came back, a few weeks before the season ended, but he fresh. Now, are they going to be rusty? We'll see. They got to face that. They got to face that Houston pass rusher that we just saw.
Can I say something? They haven't been the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Prior to this one.
Yeah. So I'm really interested to see. They're going in there to full strength. I would imagine the Arrowhead's going to be jumping. They're doing their little tomahawk slash or whatever. So we'll see what happens as far as that. We'll make our picks as far as that. So we'll see. Like Meek Mill says, whatever you do, there's levels to this.
Yeah, this is not ESPN or NFL.
Fox. This is just one reporter, Bucky Brooks. Take it with a grain of salt. Everybody's got their opinion as far as this. If you,
I'm looking at it, and I'll be honest with you, I can kind of agree with all of it. I can agree with that. The Chiefs. Look, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and nobody's beating him for 2 years. He's won 2 Super Bowls in a row. So Kansas City going into the playoffs, we know they know what they're doing. They know how to play. And Patrick Mahomes is a freaking god at quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. Couldn't stand him when he first came in the league. I couldn't stand him, but I gave him credit because he just wins. Granted, he didn't win against the Bucks. Bucks defense tore him up, but his offensive line was just riddled with injuries by the time they got to him. Yeah. So, but look, Lions. The Lions, with what they've been able to do, the 16 defensive starters on IR, 8 of them stars probably, I'll say. It's amazing what they've done.
Keep that ship afloat.
Buffalo Bills beat them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Lions kind of overlooked the Bills. I think they were looking ahead to the Vikings game.
They might have been. I mean,
I don't take anything away from Buffalo because listen, Buffalo's played some damn good football this year.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's played some good football this year. But I don't have a problem with Detroit being at number 2. I don't have a problem with Baltimore Ravens, who I think
I want
offensive side and defensive side of the ball. Defense, I still feel like they're lacking a little on defense. Offensively, I don't know that there's a team out there that's got that kind of an offense. I really don't. And I don't know that there's a team out there that's got a big enough, good enough defense to stop everything on that offense.
Do you know who has the number 1 rushing defense in the league?
No.
Baltimore.
Baltimore's defense has not impressed me. They played better after they made some moves around week 8, week 9. They made some moves on that defense, and now they're playing better football. But they didn't play like that all year. They did not. They lost 5 games.
Yeah.
And they lost those games on the defensive side of the ball. It wasn't really the offensive side. There was a couple of games I could say maybe even the offense when we beat them 16-14. I think that Lamar Jackson did not play the game he played against us the second game. He didn't run the ball. And then they didn't run Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter at all, but they were behind, so they were trying to come back and win.
Yeah.
So
your thoughts of their running game, Mona. They're seeing it last week. What is your thoughts like? The way that they play. When I just see.
Listen, the way because they didn't play like that all year, but the way they played against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
In the wild card game.
Yeah.
I think if they had started playing like that week 6, week 7, they don't lose but maybe 2 or 3 games for the season. And that was only because they weren't running like that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Look, I think right now Baltimore defense or Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be your AFC Championship game again.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. I also want to give props to the Bills. For years I have called them a cold weather city team with a dome roster. James Cook, we got to start giving credit to James Cook. I still don't really view him as like a workhorse type back, but he fits in their system really good. He's not that big of a guy. I think he's like maybe 200 pounds, 195, 200 pounds.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
he runs
Najee
with
Harris going somewhere, and you better hope that Najee doesn't go interfere with that offensive line.
Yeah.
I think Najee's gone. I don't want him to be. You know I don't want him to be. But I think he's gone. And I hope he goes somewhere that's got a great fucking offensive line. That way, what I know of Najee, what I've seen in college, what I've seen him do when we had an offensive line that played pretty good. Najee is a different cat if he's got an offensive line who fucking creates tunnels. I mean, that's what I see. That's what I see with Derrick Henry. It's what I've seen in that game. They were creating some that offensive line in Baltimore is a damn good offensive line.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though.
Eagles' offensive line does the same damn thing for Saquon Barkley. Now, don't get me wrong. They can hit linebackers and get through and get to the second level. I get that. Both of them do. Derrick Henry does. Saquon Barkley does.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying Najee is Saquon Barkley. I'm not saying that Najee is Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
But I do believe because he's not as fast as they are.
That's what I was just about to say.
That's
the reason there
difference I see is, but now as far as tough as nails, the guy has not missed one game in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's
with a horrible offensive line and no freaking quarterback.
And see, I was just about to say that the speed element. That's the difference between a 10-yard run and Derrick Henry outrunning cornerbacks down the field. But he's bigger than Najee. And he's faster than Najee. And Saquon is probably around the same weight, but he's a 4'3" guy. So it's just I also would like to see Najee here. I don't think that he goes back to Pittsburgh. I've been saying this. I didn't think he was going back because I was just like, he's looking at. And I will
not get rid of my Najee Harris jersey ever. So because he started in Pittsburgh.
I still got my Dez Bryant.
I'm gonna tell you something. There's another player I think may be getting ready to leave too. I think TJ Watt may be getting ready to leave Pittsburgh.
If I'm Pittsburgh, and I talked about this a little bit on Coffee Talk, and I wanted to see what you thought about it. We're getting a little bit sidetracked.
I'm going by the interview JJ Watt gave yesterday before.
Okay.
just the way he was talking, I think TJ's leaning towards leaving.
It's just he's 30 years old. He's 30 years old, and I love I do and I know people don't believe it. I love the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. I love the colors. I love the logo. I love all of that. I just
Our
think that they have a. I just think that they're. I think that they have a uphill climb right now because
we had to
even with the,
find a quarterback.
yeah, I mean because now the Browns got the number 2 pick in the draft.
They're
What are
going
they
to
going
get
to draft?
quarterback.
They're
They're
going
going
to
to get.
draft a quarter. They're going to draft a quarterback, and they're going to get one of the 2 best quarterbacks in this draft. Either
That's the
way.
reason why I feel they need to let Russell Wilson go,
Mhm.
or get him to sign on a discount and make Fields our primary quarterback. Give this.
Yeah.
Listen, you and I talked about this throughout the beginning of the season. Every game that he played, he looked like he was getting better and more efficient throwing the ball down the field. He started out throwing just little slant passes and, play action passing and that kind of stuff. And then the next thing you know, he's throwing 20 and 25-yard passes to his damn tight ends over the middle, and occasionally getting one to Pickens down the field because, when they try to come in and play zone, then at that point, but our offensive line played better at the beginning of the season.
Well, I think Fields covered up a lot of their stink, and what I mean by that, when you have a quarterback that can make things happen on his own,
I still think the offensive line played better. When we started dropping players, we lost 3 to IR in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. When you have a mobile quarterback, like I think Justin Fields might be like the 3rd best running quarterback, maybe the 4th now, maybe with Jaden Daniels. I think is Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Fields, and maybe Jaden Daniels. They're the best running quarterbacks. Justin Fields has a 1,000-yard rushing season. There's only been 3 men to do that. I think Justin Fields at the beginning of the season, because of the RPOs you were running, it creates stress on the defense and it makes your offensive line. They don't have to block as much because your quarterback runs a 4-3 and he can just take off and run.
Right.
So I think that I don't know if the offensive line. I just think that Justin Fields, he makes kind of like the way when you watch Lamar Jackson and they're running the read option and he fakes the ball and the defense just kind of freezes. It makes it easier for the offensive line to block because it's like, okay, what do we do? Are they going to run it? They're going to throw it? Is he going to hand it off to Najee Harris? Is he going to throw it to Pat Frymouth or throw it down the field to George Pickens? Or is he going to take off and run? So I just think that me personally, I would make Justin Fields my franchise quarterback. That's what I and no disrespect to Russell Wilson. You got to, how old is Justin Fields? Like 25, 26? I mean, he's not that old. He was a number 10 pick in the draft, and you build the entire offense around. Lamar Jackson didn't start off as no great passer, but he got better. And I think that Justin Fields, if you treated him like that, and you're like, okay, we're going to build this offense around you, like the way that the Ravens built, the offense around Lamar Jackson. That's what I would do. So we'll see. Here's the 2025 draft order. And as you see, it only goes up to 24 because we still got the playoffs going on. And depending on what happens this weekend, the teams that lose,
Justin Fields is 25.
Say what now?
Justin Fields is 25. He'll be 26 March.
Bo Nix is 24.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And he's a rookie this year. So you got a kid that's kind of been. Me personally, I would be like, hey, Russ, if you want to come back, I don't know. You're 36, 37 years old. But Justin Fields is our future. And I don't know if he would. And I would tell Justin Fields, you are the future of this franchise. We are going to. build this offense around you. That's what I would do. So we'll see what happens. Tennessee.
No, Dwayne, I don't think he's broken. I don't think he's broken.
Who, Fields?
Yeah,
Fields is broken?
No. I think that he's saying it because where he started out with Pittsburgh and was 4-2, and then we benched him for Russell Wilson.
I think he kind of and here's the other thing about it. If he was sour about it, you didn't show. To me, he showed a lot of leadership, because a lot of people would have taken that as a slight. He was like, "Hey, I understand," and blase, blase, blase. I just want to win. Whatever I could do to help the team win. That showed me a lot of maturity. So no, I don't agree with that at all as far as him being broken. But I think that you would have to make some assurances to him if you wanted him to stay. Look, we really like you. We would like to build our offense around you. I think that would help him out a lot. So we'll see what happens as far as that. Here's your draft order here. 25. Bo Nix is 24. That's crazy. He's a rookie this year. And Fields has been in the league since 21, 22, 2021, 2022. So he was in the same draft with Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence and all of them boys, right? 2021, 2022. He's been in the league 3 years. And he's 25 years old. I think he came into the league when he was 21. I think he left Ohio State his junior year. So, yes, I mean, he's still a young kid. He's still developing. So, but I just think he needs to be put in a situation where he can thrive. That's what I believe. Divisional round. So I guess we're finally ready to make our picks.
Yep.
Well, we got games tomorrow. We got 2 tomorrow and 2 on Sunday, right? 2 tomorrow.
4:30 Saturday, the Chiefs and the Texans. 8 o'clock Saturday night, the Commanders and the Lions.
All right. So we are ready to make our picks. Divisional round. This is the final 8. The final 8 teams in the playoffs. AFC North champs versus the AFC West champs. I think that they're number 4 versus number 1. They were the last ranked divisional champion, and then the Chiefs are number 1 seed. Number 4 versus number 1 in the AFC. Mona, Texans, Chiefs. Talk to me. What you got?
Let me get my pen. Hold on.
This goes back to the old argument of rest versus rust. And that's the dilemma a lot of these teams they have to deal with. Do you sit players?
With some teams, I'll agree with you on that. With some of them, look, the Chiefs have proven for the last 2 years that they can sit their players when they get that first week bye, and still come out and win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
All right, division round. Marcus.
Texans at Chiefs. 4
Look,
versus 1.
I think they try to make it a fight, but I got to go with the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs. (24-18).
Look, I was very impressed with what the Texans did last week, and they had a lot, a great pass rush. But here's the thing about the Chiefs: they run the ball too, and now you have a 2-headed monster with Pacheco and Hunt.
Yep.
With Pacheco and Hunt, they're not just going to sit back there. Patrick Mahomes is not just going to sit back and drop back 30 times throwing the football and take a bunch of sacks. And Patrick Mahomes is going to run a little bit too. Is he as dynamic a runner as Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? No, but he he'll scramble here. You know, 3rd and 3, he'll take off. You know, if nothing's there. And I think Travis Kelce. People, you know, during the playoffs, I don't know what it is with Kelce. He kind of disappears in the playoffs. He becomes a machine in the playoffs. So that's his guy. I think Travis Kelce has a good game. And look, I think that the Texans, they're going to stick around for a little bit, but then I think that look, I just think they separate. I don't think it's. I think the Chiefs jump on them, and then now they start bludgeoning you with Pacheco and with Hunt. I'm going 35-21 Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs defense is getting better and healthier too. You got a completely healthy Chris Jones, and he likes to push that pocket up in the middle. I think he's going to push it in CJ Stroud's space. So we'll see what happens there. Chiefs 35-21. Washington Commanders number 4. We got 2-4-1. Number 4 they weren't the division champ. They were number 6, I think. They were number 6. Number 6 versus number 1. Commanders at Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions coming off of their bye week.
Yeah, because the Steelers were number 6.
I'm talking about the NFC.
I know, but I'm saying the Texans weren't number 6 in the AFC. We were.
No, they were number 4 because they were a division champion.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Pittsburgh was number 6 in the AFC. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Look, I love Jason Daniels.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I just don't think they have the firepower to beat the Lions.
No.
I'm going to take the Lions. 34-24. 21. 34-21.
I'm also taking the Lions. David Montgomery's back. I just think they have too much firepower. And you saw the past few weeks in the regular season, even last week. Well, not last week. In the last couple of weeks of the season, where Montgomery was out and they unleashed Gibbs.
Yep.
Gibbs. I've made a comparison with him. I'm a huge running back enthusiast. He reminds me a lot of CJ2K, Chris Johnson from the Titans back in the day. If he gets to the second level of your defense, he's gone. The Sun God, Laporta, and another guy that people don't really think that much about, Jamison Williams. He's another speedster. He gets the ball. They kind of use him in that Tyreek Hill, Turpin type role where they, give him jet sweeps and let, he's not really, or bomb down the field of 60 yards. He's the fastest guy on the field. I don't think that Scary Terry and Brian Robinson and boys, as much as Jaden Daniels has done this year, and I think that the clock strikes 12 this weekend, and the glass slipper turns back into a raggedy house shoe, and I'm taking the Lions. I'm going to say 31-21. I still think that the Commanders will score some points. I just don't think they got enough firepower to keep up with them. Rams at Eagles, Mona. This is going to be a pretty damn good game. They got to go across the country now and go play in the cold.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay.
They're going to listen. I know how cold it is here, and they're a little further north, and they're a little bit colder than we are.
Yeah.
And they're playing at 3:00 on Sunday. Woo. And I like what the Rams have done, but I think it's as far as they go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't think that I don't think they have the defense that the Packers do. I do think that Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback than Jordan Love. I think he's got some great weapons. He's got a pretty good running game. But the Eagles' defense, I think, is better than the Packers' defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe the Eagles' defense is better than the Rams' defense. So I'm going with the Eagles. I'm going to say, if I didn't go with the Eagles, my son would kill me too. So just so you know, been in a collision with his car twice this week. So I got to go with the Eagles. He knows where I sleep. I'm going to say 31-24 Eagles.
I'm also going. I like the Rams, but I can't go against the Eagles. I think the Eagles might be the best team in the.
I think they may very well. But I think that it comes down between the Eagles and the Lions in the NFC Championship.
Eagles. I like the Rams. I like the way they've turned things around, and I think Sean McVay might even be a better coach than Nick Sirianni. I think he might be a better coach than Nick Sirianni. I just think that going across the country in the cold, playing in the cold, going from they didn't get to play. They didn't get to play at home last week. They're a division champion. They had to go play in where Arizona. They ain't really been home. Now you got to go across the country and play in blizzard-like conditions. I just think that the ride ends here, and I think that they get
they don't have any kind of blizzard-like conditions coming this weekend.
Cold.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold.
I trust Kyron Williams more than I trust Saquon Barkley more than I do Kyron Williams. I trust Matthew Stafford more than I do Jalen. But I just think that
the thing I will say is Eagles have had the problem stopping the run.
Yeah, Kyron Williams is good. I don't view him. He's a good back. I don't view him like that. And he's got some fumble issues.
If something happens and the Rams win this game, I think it's Cooper Kupp who shows up. Yeah. I think Cooper Kupp could be the deciding factor in Rams winning this game.
Or Matthew Stafford just plays his ass off. They don't touch him. He just carves them up. But I just don't see it happening. Eagles. Mona, I'm going the same score with you. 31-24. I'm going the same score as you on that one there. And then last one, the game I'm looking forward to. We talked about it to nauseam.
I think this is the game of the weekend.
This might be the game of the. This might be the game of the playoffs. Until next week.
Well, no.
Until next week.
If we ever go to the AFC NFC Championship game, that's going to be the game of the week.
Yeah.
The game of the playoffs, anyway.
Yeah. How do you see this game playing? How do you see this game? Again, you played the Ravens last week, and what you saw with them, let me ask you this. Do you think that the Steelers defense is better than the Bills defense?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, and we just saw what the Ravens did to the Steelers defense.
Yes.
That to me, and I would ask anybody. I'm just asking questions here.
I have Josh Allen and company staying home after this coming weekend. I have them staying home, no longer in the playoffs.
How do you see that?
I think Baltimore. Look, they're going to watch game film of the Steeler game, but they got to understand Pittsburgh was not playing their game at all. And I think the Bills got a better offensive line than we do. Hmm. They got a better quarterback than we do. So I kind of feel like this game will be a little closer. Then
because they can fight them back because they got offensive firepower.
Right.
Okay.
But I still don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going to say 34-28. 34-28 Ravens.
I know everyone. I know everyone brings up the. I can't get the image out of my head that I saw last week. I can't get the image out of my head of watching what the Ravens did to the Texans defense a few weeks ago. I can't get out of my head what I saw the Ravens do to the Bills when they played earlier in the season. And I understand. I just think that Derrick Henry, and I've tried to tell people, Derrick Henry's a different cat. And when they give this guy the ball 25 times a game, and he leans on you and grinds on you. I saw
That
this
was week
man
4. That was week 4. Baltimore beat the Bills 35 to 10.
35 to 10, and he had 199 yards. But I've also seen him. He does that to a lot of good people. And I,
Here's the difference.
yeah,
Here's the difference in this game.
yeah,
Lamar Jackson wasn't running the damn ball like he is doing now.
yeah.
And Lamar Jackson knows you're one and done if I don't play my game, and I don't want my mama cussing me out.
He's 5-0 since his mama cussed him out. 5-0 since mama cussed.
He is going. Listen, he is going to play his game. He is finally going to play his game. It's going to be, brass knuckles galore. He is going to. Listen. They're going to have the right game plan to beat the Bills.
Yeah, I just. And I don't know if Zay Flowers plays in this game. He's questionable in this game. I don't really think Zay Flowers really matters in this game. Just like I don't think that he mattered last week. I think that like I said last week, I think you see a lot of two tight end sets with Andrews and Likely. That's what I said last week too.
Yep, you did.
I think you see a short passing game, and I like what I'm seeing from Bateman. Rashad Bateman, I like what I'm seeing from him now. I don't want to. I mean, but Likely, I think Likely, and then the kid Justice Hill, when they take him out, he offers a speed element as far as he's of course he's not Derrick Henry, but he's shiftier. He's really nice in the passing game. Where Mona, you saw last week, he dumped it off to he ran around for a little bit and then dumped it off to Justice Hill. I just think that. I think the Bills are impressive, but I've seen people go in there. I don't. They act like it doesn't get cold in Baltimore or cold in Pittsburgh or cold in Cincinnati. The whole AFC North is cold weather city teams. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they're like not used to playing in the cold. It's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as cold. It's been as cold as it's going to be this weekend, but they play in the cold. Derrick Henry played in Tennessee. It gets cold as hell in Tennessee, So I don't think that just it being cold is going to be. I trust the big back and the cold over the little back and Cook. Now I think that Josh Allen probably runs a little bit more this game, a little bit more than he has. I think Lamar Jackson runs a little bit more in this game.
It's
I just think you're going to see
16 degrees at kickoff.
Close game, back and forth. I think it'll be a back and forth, and I just think it's going to be the team who has the ball last. I think it's going to be the team that has the ball. I trust the Ravens running game at the end. Their two-man run game. Okay, you shut down Derrick Henry. Now Lamar Jackson pulls it and takes off and run. 31-30 Ravens. 31-30 Ravens. I don't. That's kind of a high score considering what the weather is going to be, and I think you see a lot of running. 31-30 Ravens win, and that's the Vegas line. And I usually follow Vegas. I look at because you got people putting millions of dollars on this game here right now. I have to check it again because the line changes. But right now, the Ravens are a 1-point favorite against the Bills at home. I mean, on the road for the Ravens. That says a lot. Vegas thinks that Baltimore is a 1-point favorite over them. So I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a very exciting game. If the Bills win, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised, but I just don't see anybody stopping that power run game. I don't see it. And me and Mookie Hawkins, we went back and forth with it yesterday, so we'll see. So that's everything. Well, we still went an hour and a half. That's cool though. So last word, we'll get up out of here. We got these playoff games this weekend, and then Monday night is the national championship, Notre Dame and Ohio State. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for this. It's a great, Monday's a holiday, Martin Luther King Day, so we got three straight days of like high profile playoff caliber football. So I'm here for it. Mona, last words before we get up out of here.
Yes, we're everybody. Thanks for showing up, and didn't really have that many viewers tonight, but we appreciate you showing up when you do, and I wish no injuries this weekend. No injuries. Yeah. I don't want any injuries for nobody. Look, you know what? My team's out. I wish everybody luck this week. Go Baltimore. Can you believe I said that?
Wow.
Go Baltimore. Wow. Because I love Derrick Henry, and I absolutely think the world of Lamar Jackson. So for me to be able to say that, look, I think one of the most humble quarterbacks in this playoff game right now is Lamar Jackson. He is a very humble guy. He's not a flashy, bright, prima donna quarterback. He's just he gets out there and he plays his game. And I think that this year could be his year. He's just got to knock the Chiefs off. Because I don't think anybody's going to stop the Chiefs from three-peating. So, that's who I've got picked to win the Super Bowl. So, there you go. But go Baltimore. And you want to know the reason why I'm saying go Baltimore?
Why is that?
Because one of their fans, Goldie Hawkins.
He's good people, man.
He's good people. I think the world of Irving. I love it when he comes on the show with us. I absolutely love when he comes on. I think Letitia, isn't she she's a Ravens fan.
She lives in Baltimore.
So that's 2 good Ravens fans right there. There you go. Yeah. Go Baltimore. God almighty. That's
hard to say. Yeah. I wish everybody.
I could never say go Cleveland. Sorry.
Yeah.
Never.
I could never say go Eagles. I respect the Eagles. I could never say go Eagles.
Right.
But I respect them. I respect the Eagles. I think they might end up in a Super Bowl this year. They might. They have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year. But thanks for everybody who tunes in. Good luck to everybody. Look, I don't have a dog in the fight. You hate this. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'll say this though: be classy, people. I saw something where and Mona, I sent it to you. This reporter from Baltimore, he called Buffalo a whole city of losers. I didn't really like that. No. I didn't really like. Look, we can laugh and we can joke and talk about teams. I've said some things about the Buffalo Bills. I've said some things about the Cowboys. I've said some things about the Steelers. We can talk about team stuff, but when you say a whole city of losers, we didn't
like what the Buffalo Bills fans did with what was it they did earlier in the season
with the noose with the Kermit the Frog, and they kind of play. Yeah. To me, that was kind of racist a little bit. When you put a noose, there's some racial connotation. I didn't really like the snowballs. Throwing the snowballs on the field last year. Look. Enjoy the game. Enjoy
Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, I enjoy the game, but be classy. I don't wish no injury on anybody. I'm not going to say nothing bad about somebody's spouse or their kid.
Yeah, we can also talk about the Eagles and their fans and the way they used to throw damn D-cell batteries in a snowball at Santa Claus.
I know Dre will probably be there. I know Ace will probably be there. Probably Ethan Tweedy. Mookie Hawkins. I know he'll be there. Pat Freeman will be there. So just have fun at games, but watch, don't be disrespectful. A city of losers. Now you're talking about people personally. Everybody in the city of Buffalo's a loser. That's somebody's husband, that's somebody's father, that's somebody's son. Don't do that. Good luck to everybody this weekend. And look, here's the thing: whether the Ravens win or lose, I'll be here. Okay. Yeah. If the Buffalo Bills kick the crap out the Ravens, guess what? Me and Mona will be here next week.
Yep.
I'll be here on Monday morning talking about the games a little bit. But if you lose, show up. Don't disappear. Don't disappear and nobody can find you.
We got our asses handed to us by the Baltimore Ravens.
Show up. That's one thing I don't like. When the Cowboys get their ass kicked, I'm right here. And a lot of times I'll do a video, like 10 minutes after the game, I'm like, hey, we got our ass kicked. But some of y'all, you only show up when you win. And then when you lose, no one can find your ass. I need that same energy no matter what happens. If the Buffalo Bills kick the crap out the Ravens, I picked it. Mona, we all of our picks are the same this week. And that's weird because we don't always agree on everything. Yeah. But all of our I'm working on it. But show up. Don't chicken out. Don't block your page. Don't just like if you win and you're look what I told you. Come on in here and take your medicine if you get your ass kicked. And if the teams that I picked against, I'll come right here. Hey, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was 4-2 last week. So we'll see what happens. Get your Alphabet Football Show merchandise. 27 short sleeve t-shirts, 37 long sleeve t-shirts, 52 for hoodies. Get those. I'm about to send an order out. Dwayne, Michelle Romero, I owe her. And my lovely co-host, I got something for you. I'm working on just for you. So when I
you had one you supposedly mailed to me, but I still ain't got it. So.
Well, I told you got your jersey, and then I still owe Gary his Barkley jersey, but I'm working on.
No, I'm saying I haven't received anything from you. The thing that you said.
I know. Yeah, that's what I told. I got it back. Remember, I told you about the popcorn and they sent it.
I thought you were going to make them mail it out. So I've been sitting there watching the mail for nothing.
Yeah, these bunch of. I went and picked it up and. Because it was sitting over there, we're trying to. They sent it back to me, but I'm sending out some packages and all of that good stuff. I for you and Gary, I'm putting together a little something for y'all. So.
Oh, okay.
I need you right here. Yeah, I need you right. Don't diss it. I need you right here. There are some people. They come. Hey, you know what, Marcus? But some of y'all, I ain't gonna mention no names or nothing. When you lose, you ain't nowhere to be found. But when you win, you're bragging and you're doing backflips and stuff like that. I don't like that. Come and take your medicine. Come take your medicine.
We had some silent watchers until we gave our scores to certain names.
It's all good. Look, Mona, me and you were both on our picks and stuff. I don't pick the Cowboys every week. I don't pick the Steelers every week. I don't pick the Bills every week. And if you just pick your team every week, you'll figure out real quick. If you just pick your team every week, you're probably not gonna win in picks because there's gonna be some weeks. You got to look at the injuries. You got to look at how they're playing and all of that good stuff. So we're out. We're gonna get up out of here. We'll see y'all. I'll be back on Monday for Coffee Talk, and we will be back next week getting y'all ready for the conference championships and all that good stuff, okay? Y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all. Be safe out there. All of our people on the West Coast that's dealing with the fires, Blaze and Donovan Samuels and all of them cats over there, please be safe over there. All my Cali people, and we nothing but love for y'all. Okay, see ya.
Low sundown, the sun up. All I want is the cash. Now, homie, run me the stash. Put the ones in the bag. Now count up.